Hello, fabulous Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of November 2015, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, in many ways, is all about you, and that is thanks to a new moon that is happening in the middle of the month in your sign. Now, normally you get one of these every year, and this is yours. And it represents a brand new cycle, a new lunar cycle. It is your fresh start. It is your own personal New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And so in many ways, it is going to be you beginning again where it comes to what matters to you most, but also where it comes to who you know yourself to be. And I do think that it is going to be in the middle of the month that a key conversation gets you thinking differently. It's like one person says the right thing at the right time and the wheel starts spinning. And you start thinking about the changes that you desire in your life and what it is that you most desire to be now and most desire to be next. So, in many key ways, you are starting to look at yourself differently and you are starting to think about what it is that truly matters in your life and what is it that doesn't. And then there's another layer to this as well, which is who really matters and who doesn't. Now that stuff, for most part, I will say for the love-focused horoscope, but for this general-focused horoscope, I will say that friendships are going to be highlighted with this, and what friends are going to be part of this fresh start that you're feeling and these fresh initiatives that you are now embracing and trying to get into, trying to connect with, trying to stay motivated by. What friends are actually part of this picture and who are not. And this is where a very interesting distinction is going to start to take place, where I think you'll start having some key conversations and figuring out who is it that's going to be part of supporting you as you move forward. Now, that might change tomorrow, but the thing is, you do have Jupiter right now moving through a part of the sky for you that has to do with friendship. And what that means is, it is friends who are going to facilitate some tremendous opportunities for you now and into right into the very late part of the summer, right till the end of summer of next year as well. So friendships will be a key part of the success that manifests for you, and you will certainly see that in the middle of the month when it is very likely going to be a friend who has a conversation with you, gets you thinking differently, has you considering other options, and in some cases actually brings a practical, tangible opportunity to you that you really feel like this is right up my alley and this is something I can definitely run with. When it is major celestial activity happening in your sign, like a new moon or a full moon for that matter, the focus is on you. The focus is on who you know yourself to be, and that is the number one priority above and beyond anything else. As we move towards the later part of the month, the energy does change up a little bit, or significantly actually, and that is thanks to a full moon that's happening in the later part of the month. Now this full moon is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with money. It has to do with finances, and this is going to kick off an important 4-week cycle where it is going to be money and the different ways that you make it and the different places you make it from that is going to start to get your attention. Now, with this particular full moon, it is an interesting full moon, okay? And I've been saying to all signs out there, there's a very strong theme with this full moon. It's happening in an air sign, in the sign of Gemini. That has to do with talking and negotiating. It is speaking with Saturn and Mercury and Neptune. Saturn and Neptune are in the middle of starting really the first peak moment of a major conversation that will define the end of this year and much of next year as well for us as a collective. So this to me, and all of this to me, suggests that there's a real need for all of us to be mindful of the images, the illusions that we're buying into or that we're putting out there, that we're trying to present to people versus the reality. okay? For you, you have got this full moon happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with what we like to call other people's money. So this is grants, loans, bursaries, insurance payments, benefits, tax returns, inheritances. And this also has to do with settlements as well. Financial settlements that you might reach that bring a matter to a close, okay? Not so much legal. Legal matter is one thing, but this is about, you settling with whatever, a company, a corporation, so that you can get that chunk of money and put that behind you and know that you're okay going forward. So it's in these matters that you do want to be cautious of any kind of media, pictures, videos, social media that might be out there that can appear to, it might not be accurate, but appears to contradict your statement, okay? Like what it is that you are trying to present. So just be a little mindful of that. Consider the different ways an image or video could be interpreted. Consider the date that you're placing on any given video or picture, because the chance of things being misinterpreted are very high. And the chance of things being misinterpreted in a way that might affect you financially is possible there as well. So the best route with this, of course, is, I'm saying this to everybody, play down the real exuberant stuff when it comes to what you're posting online just for a little while, just as we get right around this full moon at the later part of the month. But also, this should be really interesting if you are trying to negotiate a deal, if you are trying to qualify for any kind of benefits or large sums of payment. It could be made available to you, but it does look like there are certain stipulations, there are certain restrictions, and there's certain fine print to consider. And really the key word here is restriction. Like, how are you really feeling about this? It is also possible that with this particular celestial conversation, one source of funding comes up for review, okay? Now here's what I do like. When we see all this energy happening in a financial part of the sky, it tends to mean that the money is there. The money is there. It's just that the universe wants you to hustle for it a little bit more, or work for it, or be mindful of it, and to think more about the value of things, right? And the value that you deserve. It tends to be that that's the higher lesson, but the money tends to be there when there is such a focus on the financial part of it. So my advice would be to trust the process, okay? If something comes up, if you notice something with a benefit check looking a little bit different, just ask the question, figure out what's going on. Be very mindful that you're not giving any of your energy to lack. That's what you want to avoid, okay? But what you do want to give your energy to is clarity and certainty, and honoring whatever sort of rules are in place, and showing that you are aware of them and you are living up to them, and that you are being ethical and mindful every step of the way, that you're listening, and that you are willing to do your part to ensure that you move in a more prosperous direction. For some people that will be more internal, for others that might be a little bit more of an external effort. What I do really love about this month for you is that a lot of it really is about you. It's about you getting right within yourself. It's about you thinking about what it is that matters to you. It's about you feeling a real sense of fresh energy, a brand new day in some key ways. Let that be a feeling of prosperity. Let your new definition of self be guided by, be motivated by a sense of possibility. When you hold that energy and when you come from that place, the universe cannot help but respond with greater abundance.